What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and today is Thursday, March 19th, 2020, and you guys are listening to episode 439. And what could I say, guys? Normally I'm telling you about all of the sports we could talk about and the movies, which we still can, and where I was performing in comedy last weekend and where I'll be going and all those things. And right now, that is unfortunately not the case. I am home like all of you. You should be home. Don't be an asshole. Don't, even though they're saying that people that get this thing, 80% are going to walk right through it. You don't want to carry it and kill some old person. That's what's happening and stuff. I talked about that on the live Facebook and Instagram I did, which I'll be doing more of those. During this whole thing, I will be doing live Facebooks randomly, live Instagrams. I'm also working with some other comedians where we're going to do a Zoom split screen and do some shows, like in quarantine shows. Me and Giannis Pappas are going to do some stuff. Me and my buddy are working on something else that we're going to make an announcement on with this. So it's just going to be a lot of content you guys are going to be getting. Also launching my new YouTube page, which will have my stand-up, of course, but also like clips and highlights from the Virzi Effect podcast from the past and present. Also sketches that I did with Funny or Die or any kind of things like that will all be on the new page. There's new artwork and stuff. So that'll all be out. But yeah, all extra content and stuff is being talked about, and we're going to do that. But obviously people's schedules right now are crazy because, people are working from home and then they got kids and the kids need to be occupied and who knows what's going to pop up. And it's just crazy. And I will say this, I want to say this at the top. I did not think that this would be as crazy as this. I'm not, by no stretch am I in some kind of crazy panic. I think one thing people need to do, and somebody reached out to me and said, hey man, I listened to the Virzi Effect and I was having really bad anxiety about this and it made me calm. Listen, you could get obsessed with this and you can't do that, okay? The main thing to do during a crisis like this is to just listen to what the people in charge are saying as far as like doctors and not leaving. Don't get obsessed with it. If you get a cough or a little cold, I had a buddy who had a cold during this. I'll get like a scratchy throat and be like, I don't know, it's like what? It is what it is. Listen to what they're saying and just don't panic. We could laugh a little bit. We could have a good time. Watch the movies. You're going to end up watching everything now. What's nuts is all these streaming services, they look like geniuses. Joe DeRosa, I got to give him credit. He said he thinks Netflix did this because they have so much content. But look, you're going to be able to, which is hilarious, but you're going to be able to watch Netflix. You're going to be able to watch, Amazon, play all the video games, do all those things, cook. But I'll tell you what, I went to the supermarket and it's scary. It's not scary because the cabinets are bare. It's not the cabinets, you know what I mean, the shelves. It's not scary because of that. It's not scary that people are going wild because of that. What's scary is that people touch something and put it back. And I caught myself put my hand on like a loaf of bread or something in the bread aisle, and then I didn't want it, and I'm going, man, I should just buy this shit because I can't put it back. And then I'm thinking, how many things did I touch in this place where somebody... Listen, we've all come across somebody that has this. And you're going to find out... I'm starting to know about friends now that have it. I'm starting to know about people that I know have this thing. And it's going to continue. And it's scary, like, knowing people that got it. But it's like, eventually, like, a lot of people that are going to get it. More and more NBA players, sports players, more people have it, but a lot of people just are going to have no symptoms or whatever. But I'm more scared not going out to not have food because the supermarkets and all that, they're restocking shit. You're going to be able to go out and, we went out. I got a bunch of meat. I got chicken. I got beef. I got pork chops. I got all the stuff that you would normally get. So that's not going to be the problem. The problem is all the people out there touching shit. I'm washing my hands raw, and but I'm not panicking. I just said to myself, like, I'm not gonna panic. Yes, the numbers are going up and it sucks, but this is some unprecedented shit, man. This is something that the last time this happened was, 100 years ago, and I don't know, but I'm gonna talk about something now, and tell me your thoughts. Tell me your thoughts. Write to me. This is just my thought, but somebody said something, or I read something somewhere, and I was like, wow, that's pretty crazy. Right now, with all of this going on, everything happening, right? I saw this thing that said, like, you're getting closer with your family. The environment is getting better. In the short time that this has been going on, did you see the water in Italy, in Venice? The canals of Venice are crystal clear with like fish and dolphins coming up and shit. Less flights, better for global warming. And it just makes you go like, is this, I don't know. Is this the earth? Like, it's like that Carlin bit. Is this the earth shaking off whatever it needs to shake off? And I don't want to say or be inconsiderate to anybody that's getting sick or losing their lives about this. But when I was reading about how the the environment was like improving, and we're all inside, and it's almost like, wow, one of the biggest thing is climate change now. And it just makes you think like, shit. You know, because I don't want to get into conspiracy theories. Oh, China's trying to bury us in this, or somebody saying that it was a plan and it's like slow warfare and all that. Like, you could get crazy like that. Like, I don't think that. You know, I also don't think this came from a guy that ate a bat, because they're saying that that's ridiculous too. I mean, let's be honest. And I'm not trying to be rude here, and this has nothing to do with racist, but some of the people that were in that village in China, there's some nasty fucking people. Some of those people, I mean, to eat that shit, I don't care what culture you are, what race or whatever. If you start eating fucking bats and ferrets, and you start eating snake body and shit, like, that's to me, that's some wild gross shit. All right, like, I'll go vegan before I start eating snake, before I start eating ferret ass. I'll go vegan before I eat a ferret's ass. Make no mistake about that. Okay? But I think we could take this time to be with the people that we love. I think we could take this time to reflect on what's important and be away from work. And all those people saying, oh, I wish I had off, or I wish I had this. Yeah, granted, you're going to go stir crazy. Go for a walk. You got a dog. Go walk your dog. What's going to suck is when this thing is over, your dog's going to be like, what the fuck happened? That was like the greatest 2 months of my life. This guy's playing fetch with me for 3 hours. We're going for the longest walks in the world. Now it's over. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to look at what's it called? You know, the positive side of it. But yeah, the numbers are going up, and it's definitely going to get worse. But the nice thing is, it looks like China has stabilized, and they started it. So that means, I was doing the math as far as when the first things with China happened, and it seemed like it's like 7-8 weeks ago. So maybe, 6 or 7 weeks, and they're saying that they're working on vaccines. So we're in America. And that's the one thing that we could be thankful for, is that we're doing this in America. Okay, we're not doing this in some country that doesn't have the technology yet, or doesn't have the top of the line doctors and stuff like that. So you got to be grateful with that stuff. I will say this, and I'm not trying to be a dick here. I'm really not trying to be a dick here. Okay, but Mayor de Blasio in New York, and this is not a political thing. You guys know I don't get involved with politics. I don't care. Okay, there's going to be some asshole gets elected. He's going to have the job for a while. A lot of people are going to love him. A lot of people are going to hate him. And there's going to be another asshole in there, whether it's male or female. That's just how politics works. Okay, one guy's going to be selfish. One guy's going to be inconsiderate. One guy's going to be great with the public and a great public speaker and very charming. The next guy's going to be a complete asshole who's just a bumbling idiot who can't read off a prompter and is a mess. Then you're going to have a guy who's out of shape and fat. Then you're going to have a guy who looks good. It's just a whole thing, and it's just going to be, this guy sucks, this guy doesn't, and we're going to keep going through this. And that's, I've said this many times on a podcast. That's why it's every 4 years there's an election. Okay, this is not a dictatorship, and this is not somewhere like Cuba Cuba or some, king can stay for 40 years. It's not designed that way. It's designed to do exactly what it does, which gets half the people like this, the other half like that. Life goes on. It's the same shit. It doesn't matter. Lloyd, you're not coming in. My dog's banging on the door. All right. But Mayor de Blasio, politics aside, his face just does not give you confidence. Okay? He just doesn't. Mayor de Blasio sat there. I mean, he just looks like his face. He just looks like a guy who during this whole thing is like, I don't know what the fuck to do. He's got like, bedhead. His hair's all fucked up. I mean, Mayor de Blasio's a mess. Can we be honest? This guy just looks like, if Mayor de Blasio walked onto your plane during a crisis and he goes, we have a plan, you just fucking look out the window and know you're going down. You're going to die. I mean, the guy Mayor de Blasio looks like a guy that like pledged in a fraternity, okay? And then like two of the pledges did something crazy, and then de Blasio went along and they did it. And then when it was over, de Blasio acted like he was the cool one and it was his idea all along. That's what I get from him. When somebody says that guy's a shithead, he looks like a shithead, if that makes sense. Like, we all know what a douche looks like. We all know what an asshole is, what an asshole looks like. But you ever just look at a guy like a shithead? Like, not a bad guy, but just his khakis are just like one size too big. His belt is not on the right notch, but it's just off by one. The pants come a little down, like it's almost like stepping on the back of his pants with his fucking heel. He just has that, he looks like his hair's messed up in the morning, and then he just puts it together with his hands. The way people do that quick pat with their hands. I know what you're saying, Virzi, you don't have hair, fuck you, but you know what I mean. Like, he's just patting it down and then puts a suit on, and his wife is like, no, just Bill, fucking wet the comb. That's what I feel like Mayor de Blasio is. Like, when he was talking about numbers and he just kept saying, I'm going to give you the honest truth. New Yorkers like it straight. And I'm going to tell you some numbers that aren't good. And then I'm going to tell you some things that are positive. And it's like, dude, I don't want to hear anything from you. All right. Can we get me a liar? Can somebody get me a liar over here? Can we get Trump or Obama to just, put on a nice tie, look in the camera, tell us everything's going to be okay so I could eat my chicken cutlets tonight without wanting to put a revolver in my mouth? So that's how I feel about Mayor de Blasio. Let's get into the unacceptable. And guys, really, I'm not going to sit here and force a podcast. Okay, this is episode 439. I'm going to be giving out a lot of fucking content. I got some things on here that I do want to talk about, and we're going to see where we get to. And if it gets to the normal time, it does. If it's shorter, it's shorter. But I'm not going to force it. We're all home. We're all with our kids. We're all playing video games. We're all trying to, eat better, do everything that we're trying to do, watching movies. I do have a movie that I want to review. So sit back, relax, and enjoy TVE episode 339. I know that I have some friends and family listening to these because they're home with nothing to do, which is kind of bullshit, which means they haven't been listening the other times, but they're listening now. I do have my dear friend Giannis Pappas, who not only lives in my neighborhood, but very close to me. And we were going to do some stuff, but we're just kind of making sure we're going to wait the certain amount of days to make sure without leaving everybody's good and doesn't have anything. And then we'll be doing some live stuff too. But here's my unacceptable for the week. If you are these selfish assholes who are going out, and I'll be the first to admit, when this first came out and when this first happened, I was very much like, this is overblown, this is exaggerated, there's 328 million Americans, and blah, 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 blah. I will admit that. Yeah, and I will also say that I do not think that, like I said, it's a time to, panic and freak out. And, I think that the media, especially with something like this, of course it's going to be all they talk about because this is a big thing going on. But I'm going to definitely recant some of that and say, you know what, like, be safer. And at first I was like, these people, when somebody's dumb and they have fear, it's the worst combination, blah, blah, blah. You know what? This thing is definitely more serious than that. And I have no problem saying that. I have no problem. I'm not one of these people that when I'm wrong or if I want to go back and be like, you know what? Maybe I was a little too quick to jump. I could do that. You know, those assholes that are like, no, I still feel that way. There's still... And listen, numbers-wise, when this is all said and done, I think that, I don't think first of all, one life goes, it's terrible. But I don't think that this is going to be knock on wood, I don't think this is going to take everybody out. People, it's nice to know people are already recovering. But these people who are going on spring break, these people who are just going out, going, I don't care, you got to live life. That's like that is the most unacceptable shit, because here's what it is. And I don't mean to reiterate the same thing here, but it doesn't matter if you can plow through it. It doesn't matter if you get it with no symptoms, and it doesn't matter if you never get it, whatever. Somebody out there carrying it just because they want to go get a bottle of wine or go out to dinner can give it to somebody that's 73 years old and can't handle it, and they have a pre-existing condition with bad respiratory system and their lungs can't handle it, and they die because you needed to go out. And listen, I'm not going to hate on these spring break kids. I get it. If you get like one spring break as a senior and you were going to Miami and you're 18, you're not really paying attention to the news or like looking at this, and you and your friends booked a flight. I'm not going to go. But to go on the news hammered and be like, if I get this shit, I get it. You know what I mean? We plan this shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's the... Because I will be honest with you, in 2001, how old was I in 2001? 2001, which is, 19 years ago. Yeah. So I'm a 19-year-old kid, whatever, 20-year-old, whatever it was. And me and my buddies and some people, we went to Cancun. And we were planned for it and everything like that. I was scared and nervous of flying to Mexico. I was scared about the water in Mexico at that age. Which, by the way, I did get that shit. I ate a Papa John's pizza in Mexico, and I was on the toilet. I'm not even joking around or trying to be gross. It's actually not gross. Clear water was coming out of my ass. Clear water. Clear tap water was just coming out of my ass. It was the weirdest thing ever. I would just look in the bowl, and it was like I was just pissing water out of my ass for days and days and days. And we were worried and concerned. I got to be honest with you. Even if I was drinking and partying and one of these young kids at spring break, which I was at the time, I would have been like, no. I would have been like, no. I just would have been like, you know what? Let's go in a couple of months. We'll save some money. We'll go to another place. We'll tell all of our friends that we're going to save up, and we'll wait to September, October, November. We'll go to a place that's warm, and we'll redo this thing, not worrying about it. But to just be out and about when numbers are just doubling and tripling every day, unacceptable. The one kid was hammered with like a scar on his face, and he's going, yeah, I get coronavirus. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna stop me. And it was just like, whoa. And then one girl was like, this young lady, I'm sorry I said girl, I know I can't. She goes, yeah, I've planned this for so long. So it's just, nothing was funnier though than there was some woman who had plastic bags over her sneakers. She had a mask on and then a plastic bag over her head and mask, and it was hilarious. But that's the unacceptable for the week. Just going out there selfishly saying, oh, it doesn't matter, life goes on. It's like, no, that's not how this works. This means you can go and kill somebody. So is it worth it to you? It's not about fucking you. Can you put it in your selfish fucking head that you're not going to go out there and you're not going to kill somebody because you need to go to TGI Fridays on Nacho Night or whatever it is? I would hope that those restaurants are closed now anyway, but you know what I mean. Liquor stores are still open. And I'm not going to lie, sorry, you guys hear stuff in the background. My kid, everyone's running around. These quarantine times, there's no by yourself in a studio or an office. I got kids running around. I mean, we're trying to hold this thing together as a family. We really are trying to hold this thing together. My wife's working. She's got a headset on. Sometimes I'm on business calls. I'm doing writing. I'm doing podcasts. I got kids. My son's playing PS4. He's playing Fortnite. My daughter's FaceTiming her girlfriend, her little friends. I mean, it's a wild shit show out here in the Virzi house. Lloyd, the dog, doesn't know what's going on. We just bought 2 guinea pigs, and that's what we're going to get into next, everybody. Okay? You think we're fucking around? I'll buy guinea pigs during a fucking pandemic, and that's exactly what I did. When you guys hear my new arrow, you'll know what I'm talking about. So inside people know more, but I just buy shit, and I will buy animals. And my daughter gave me the pouty face, and she said, "Daddy, I want a guinea pig." So we got her a guinea pig. He's cool. He's chill. His name is Alex. He's awesome. Brown and white. He just sits there. And by the way, guinea pigs are way better than hamsters. They sit there. They chill. You could pick them up. They just kind of look at you, and they have that quick little chew. They're just chewing side to side. They look up at you. They hang out. They're great. You hold them up by the middle, by the belly, and they just chill. They sit there. They'll sit on your chest and just look at you. Give them a nice little pet. I mean, if I gun to my head, in the rodent family, guinea pig is the Jordan of the rodent family, I think. All right? So my son says, well, that's not fair. Why do you guys... All right, they got to calm down. Guys, you got to calm down a little bit. My son says, well, if Sophia can get a guinea pig, like, get me something. Like, I'll go even, like, and I'm like, buddy, we got you stuff that you don't care about. We had you a fish. I took care of the fish tank, everything. And he goes, get me something little. He's like, how about like a little turtle? So me, I can't say no. My wife's like, no, you're not getting a turtle. And I'm like, hold on, let's talk about this. That's who I am. She's like, yeah, we'll give him a little turtle. You know, what? There's like 2 inches of water in a rock. The fucking turtle. Who cares? They live till fucking 80. You know, that thing will get through coronavirus. We'll get him a turtle. So, hold on. I got to fix this here. Okay. I had to put my foot down. I love how I had to go and put my foot down as I'm telling you guys how I just don't say no. And I bought my kids whatever. But so she gets a guinea pig, and then he falls in love with the guinea pig. And he goes, forget a turtle, get me a guinea pig. And we're like, we can't get you a guinea pig. And then my wife goes, maybe we should just get him a guinea pig. And I'm going, am I in the Twilight Zone? What just happened here? I'm the one that would say that. How are you doing it? She's like, no, that's fine. We'll get him. Because here's why. My wife liked my daughter's guinea pig so much. Oh, my God. Hold on. Okay. Now I just yelled at my daughter, and she's crying. She's about to cry. She started pouting, and she's crying. I mean, I can't win. Anyway, my wife liked Alex, the guinea pig, so much that she's like, let's just get Lucas one. So now he's got a guinea pig named Vinny. So this house has a dog, 2 cats, a guinea pig named Alex, a guinea pig named Vinny, a dead hamster somewhere, but I think he got out. And that's it. So we're just one big happy family with a bunch of animals, and I don't say no. There's going to be a baby elephant in my backyard when this pandemic is over. Let's see what you guys wrote, and then I will review a movie I saw, and then we will get out of here. Like I said, there's going to be a lot more content during this thing. There's going to be live stuff. And what I'll do, too, is when I go live on Instagram, when I go live on Facebook, when I do something split screen with another comedian or whatever we do, if we decide to do a Patreon later, if this thing goes on longer, knock on wood, it does not, I'll always announce in time when we're going to do it so you guys could tune in. But I know everybody is busy. I did a Facebook Live, and people just pop on here, people pop on there. So who knows what's going to happen as far as like the time with everything, but you're going to get a lot more content. And I got new art coming for even this and the YouTube channel, which is going to be relaunched next week. Okay, did you guys say anything? Yes, you did. This is from Clint. Coronavirus unacceptable. Clint says, he says, hey, Paul, I have a normal day job, and I was sent home for 2 weeks paid because I was in contact with someone that was in contact with somebody whose husband had it. Good luck following that. I'm watching movies, I'm writing jokes, and from the view of an unaffected white male, this is a spring break. But I feel like this happens a lot, and people go a little crazy out of fear, and it makes me reminisce of the days when somebody would tell you that you might want to get checked, and it just meant that you could have herpes. I'm staying home. I'm not going to be a part of the problem, but I love looking at the good side of everything. Have a good day, Paul. Disclaimer: by the time you read this, the whole country could be half dead and underwater. If that's the case and you don't make fun of me, it'd be a missed opportunity. Well, I'll say this. Like my album. I think that you have to look at the positive about it. My neighbor is quarantined with his wife because somebody that my neighbor worked with was positive for COVID-19. So it was just one of those things where he was working with him. But look, some of these NBA players were in the same sweaty locker room with guys, and only 2 guys got it. This is something where they say like a mist or a whatever has to go into the virus, actually has to go into you. I mean, I think if you do touch something that somebody touched and they had it, it can go that way. I think it's harder. That's why you just wash your hands a lot. But, not everybody that knows somebody's going to get it. But it is the right thing to do. To stay home and to look at the positive side of things. I think, and I'm hoping, and if I have to make a prediction, my prediction is 7 weeks. There'll be a real hold on things, like as far as just being able to, I think 7 weeks from now, things will be better. But I think you're going to start seeing improvements as far as vaccines, more testing, and more people staying home and doing the right thing in the next 15 days, 14 days. That's pretty much what they're saying. That's what I'm reading. And again, I'm basing that on what I saw happen with China, where it came from, and now it's stabilized here. And unfortunately, those poor people in Italy, even the president saying that, like, how unprepared they were and they just got annihilated with it. My heart goes out to all those people. That's so brutal. But that's, if China's any indication, that's what you could hope for. But thank you for writing in. Stay safe, brother, and good for you for not going out and being part of the problem. Hey, Paul, this is from Justin, and Justin says, hey, Paul, just a heads up, I think your Magooby dates are going to be canceled. Yes, our governor just ordered all bars, restaurants to close. Looking forward to seeing you whenever those shows end up happening. Yeah, man, I really wanted to wait just a second, and we kind of knew that it was a long shot, but I wanted to give it one more week because a lot of other clubs stayed open, and I heard people were coming out. And if that was the case, I was like, okay, but no, unfortunately, those dates are going to be postponed. Looks like everything through April is going to be postponed. May is still up in the air. It looks like the one thing that is still staying right now, and hopefully it stays, like I said, if this thing is still going on at the end of June, but it looks like my Wilbur Theater, my first theater show ever. And listen, if my first theater show ever was... my first show after this whole thing, and it was in Boston at the Wilbur, a legendary place, I'd be happy with that. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that. Those tickets are on sale now, and that's June 27th. So, if that's not the case, man, then a lot of bad things would have happened, and I really, really am hoping and praying that that's not the case. I also have people that I know that are in some serious shape in hospitals right now, man, and I'm really hoping that they pull through it. It's definitely scary. Anybody would be lying that it's not scary. But what's not scary and what cannot hurt you, okay, is not being an asshole and staying home. Stay home. If you feel sick, they said, stay home. These doctors are, unless you're so fucking ill that it's a big problem, then you got to go get help. But if you call your doctor, let them know symptoms, they can do stuff over the phone, keeping people okay, or as much as they can. But stay home, get rest, do all that shit, drink water, and watch movies. And that'll bring me to my movie that I will review right now. And by the way, I'm not trying to be a dick about Mayor de Blasio, but just look at his face when you see what he said today, and then tell me if I'm not wrong. Listen back to what I said. Tell me if I didn't nail it. I saw the movie Knives Out, everybody. Absolutely, absolutely recommend. I got a bunch of movies on the list that I'm going to see. I'm going to check out Richard Jewell. I'm going to check just a ton of stuff. They're releasing movies early because of what's going on. But Knives Out was really good. It was more of instead of a whodunit, it was more of a... you know who did it, but why and how. And you kind of know who did it early, but then not. It's kind of really good. Christopher Plummer plays the guy that got killed or died. And then there's a bunch of great people. Daniel Craig is in it. Jamie Lee Curtis is in it. Chris Evans is in it. It's just really good acting, a really good, fun story. And I like it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was really entertaining and awesome. So that gets the Virzi effect thumbs up for sure. Knives Out, really good. And yeah, I'm gonna watch. Oh, by the way, shout out to my buddy Pete Davidson, and check out Pete's show, Pete's movie on Hulu, Big Time Adolescence. There are 3 movies in the world right now that are streaming big, and it's Star Wars, Jumanji, and my buddy Pete Davidson's movie, Big Time Adolescence, on Hulu. So definitely check that out. There's a lot of good stuff to check out. And guys, look at the positive. You could sit on your ass like you want to do all the time, right? You know those days that you're at work and you're going, shit, I can't wait to get home. You know those days where you're just like, God, I just want to go home and put on Netflix and eat, or pour myself a glass of wine or a drink and just chill. Well, guess what? You're home. You can do it. I am off. I'm technically, I don't know what's going to happen in May. I'm technically off for like 57 days or whatever. I mean, I'm off. So, and it's kind of weird to be like, this is going to go great for like 2-3 weeks being home and relaxing, and then people are just going to start. I'm telling you, I think you're going to have 2 types of people when this thing is over. People that got into shape, lost weight, ate good, and they come out looking like, when Tom Hanks was in Castaway fishing and he got all thin because that's what he had to do to eat. You're going to have those people who just get in good shape. Right? They're getting, you know what? I'm going to use this exercise bike that's been collecting dust. I'm going to use this treadmill. I'm going to do yoga with a video yoga. You're going to have those people. And then you are going to have people that just blow out like full-fledged monsters. I mean, you're going to see somebody the first week of June that you can't recognize because they were just like, yeah, dude, I just went for it. And I got pies and I ate pizza and I sat home and I ate chips and I did dick and now I have diabetes. So that you're going to see one of the two. I am not trying to be the latter. I'm going to try to use this pandemic to get in shape. So that's going to be, I'm on the pandemic diet. That's what I'm on. I'm on the pandemic diet. It's going to be a lot of meats, proteins, stay away from sugars. We can't go out and get too much candy, so I'm going to have to hunt in the house for whatever gummy bears I can find. But then once I find all the chocolate and candy, nobody's going out for weeks. So the lack of sugar is going to help too. All right? So there you have it, guys. There's going to be a lot more content in the next couple of days. I'm going to do a live Facebook with Giannis and Giannis Papas. Check him out. Check out his podcast, History Hyenas with Chris Stefano. It's doing great. But there's going to be a lot more content and stuff, okay? I did want to just get this out there today. Let everybody know that I hope you're safe. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're happy. Don't panic. Make the best of it. Listen to what people are saying, and everybody's going to get through it. I appreciate people reaching out saying they listened to my podcast and it put them at ease and it made them feel a little better. And that's it, man. There's no reason to panic. You just take all the precautions. You do everything that you can do. You listen to, the people that kind of know, and don't go to Miami for spring break, you fucking dopes. But other than that, enjoy your families. Enjoy everything. Be safe. And episode 440 will be out in the middle of next week. And you'll be hearing from me a lot more before then. And I will launch the YouTube channel and all kinds of other stuff. Oh, one thing, I also signed up for Cameo. That's right. I just got a Cameo account. I don't know, Cameo, I saw what they do and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm home. And that's the one thing that is nice about this. And it's not nice, to say nice when people are getting sick and dying. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying the one thing about this is like I can connect and do things social media wise and stuff. I'm not on an airplane all the time. I'm not doing this, so I'm able to, be really like, and I love and appreciate all my fans so much, and my fans are diehard, so I appreciate that. And when I signed up for Cameo, if you don't know what Cameo is a service where you give a shout out to a fan, or a fan asks you to give a shout out to somebody that they know, and it's like 30 seconds to a minute. and and there's like an amount of money. So you could see like all comedians and actors and celebrities or whatever have different rates. But what will happen is if you want me to shout out your friend, be like, Paul, this person is, I want to shout this person out. They're a fan of yours. They just got, promoted, or they just had a baby. If you could just give a message to them or say something funny and request that, I look at the request, I accept it. Okay, and then I will do that. It's a personalized shout out to you. It's on Cameo, so you could check out Cameo. But it's really cool what they're doing. Check it out, cameo.com. You could see there's a bunch of comedians, actors, all kinds of sports people, celebrities on there. So you could check that out. I am on there. So if you would like a personal shout out from me, please go to Cameo. And I didn't jack up the price like everybody else, okay? I'm kidding. But you could check me out on cameo.com. Thank you guys. Stay safe. Until episode 440, I am out of here. I will talk to you guys soon. Wash your fucking hands.